attention posture with straighten your body and just keeping both the hands together. We all will be chanting Om Mantra, and then we will begin with this. Om Vishwani Deva Savitar Duritani Parasuva Yad Bhadram Tanna Asuva Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. All dear Yog Sadhaks, my colleague from IYA, all the IYA members who have joined from different states, the dignitaries, the students, and their teachers. Today, in fact, I have taken a topic, and the topic is basically on yoga education, which is gaining momentum nowadays. And the best way to understand all about the momentum is that now more than 195 countries of the world, they have started practicing yoga, and they have started looking at it very differently. So this is the right moment to understand the basics and the introduction of yoga in the education system or otherwise, so that the right perspective we can carry forward for yoga education and its application in different fields. My attempt in this particular presentation is going to be simply helping you to understand the present context and the future perspective of yoga education. So, what I thought that I would like to begin with the simple concept of yoga, and then we will proceed ahead gradually to understand the present educational system and so on. Now, if you look at hello, yeah, इसे इको हो रहा है ना. So now, talking all about, just a minute, please. It's a technical problem. Sorry for interruption. Now here, I have divided the whole presentation into two broad categories. The first one is yoga education, and the second one is yoga application. So in yoga education part of it, if you look to the slide, so the moment we say 5,000 years old, that means we can say that it's the oldest tradition of India as compared to any other tradition of the world. And we take pride of saying, therefore, that yoga's birth, yoga concept has taken birth in India as such. Although we are, different people are claiming from different countries all about its evolution and different set of opinion you will find in different literature. But the fact remains that we have ample example and evidences which suggest that it's a 5,000 years old in India, more than 5,000. And that is the reason why I have written, that contemporary Western approach to yoga, if you look at, it's a very small portion of what yoga is all about. Yoga, if you look at the complete perspective, then you will find that whatever they have indicated in their own country, very small portion you can find into it. Like, for example, the moment we are talking about the completeness of yoga in terms of asana, pranayam, meditation, yogic kriya, and so on, you will find in different other countries, somewhere it is confined only to asanas, somewhere it is confined only to breathing exercise, pranayama, and somewhere it is confined only to meditation, but not taking the holistic. And also, if you look at the world as a whole, that focus on the human consciousness in the field of yogic science is not very common in all other countries. Whereas our focus is basically on the human conscious part of it. Human consciousness means, we would like to see to it that the person becomes person in true sense, not by structure, but by nature. And therefore, building up, this kind of dimensions in a person is very important and significant. That is how we say that, very small portion you can find in other countries. And we say very proudly that it has root in India. And this is very important for all of us to say this, because until unless you say this, you will not be able to adhere yourself with the traditional approach to yoga. Then we will start going ahead with heat yoga, hot yoga, and so many other kinds of yoga. We don't want to mix it up. We are simply confined ourselves with the traditional yoga, and we feel proud of it. And also we say that, it is virtually a kind of attempt to fulfill our thirst, for the truth. It's a big exercise and something very unique. And that is the reason why we are talking about saints and sages who have been able to prove their worthiness in different manner. So I think this is one important aspect which we keep on, focusing on when we are talking about the yoga. Now, understanding yoga in reality is more than a practice, and we can we keep on, talking about, and we say that let us not confine ourselves only by saying that it is a practice. And it is more than that. It is going more than that, means it also talks about the research observations. But if you look at the saints and sages, then you will find that it is beyond any research, beyond any observation at this moment. And when I say beyond, that means how it has been evolved. If you look at that angle, then you will find our saints and sages, they experimented variety of aspect, variety of dimension of yoga, and they could put forward for the benefit of the society. And that is the reason why we say that it is beyond any research and observation. If you look at Patanjali, it's a big name. It's a name which is popularized in the field of yoga, because we say that Patanjali is not only guru and not only giving direction to us, but Patanjali could also made baseline for understanding and practicing yoga. The moment we are talking about abhyasa, or we are talking about vairagya, or we are talking about kriya yoga, all these are going to be very important and significant for yoga scholars. Similarly, if you look at the philosophical and ritualistic pattern of yoga, you will find Nyaya, Vasistha, Sankhya, Mimamsa, Vedanta, Buddha, Jain, all these approaches, combined together, and you will find one or the other way forming the root of our cultural synthesis. So, the moment we are talking about the understanding part of it, we find, that it's a combination. It is not only confined to one or the other aspect in Indian situation. So, in true sense, you will also look at that, the philosophy, the historical perspective, these things are rooted in different religion, and therefore, we say that in our cultural pretext, you can see the things happening in a different manner in the field of yoga. So, if you look at next one, you will find yogic scheme, and different yogic scheme is there, which is very much popularized at Hatha Yoga, Nada Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, and we keep on listening about this. These kind of yogic approach, virtually they build up the entire structure of yoga. So, in this particular process, we see that the physical, mental, social, and spiritual dimension, in case we would like to go ahead in these dimensions, that possibly yoga is helping us in variety of manner. It has different and hidden scope also to explore the psychological basis, physiological effect, yogic intervention, and more than that, the consciousness studies. The consciousness studies and its implication in the field of building up a life and understanding life is becoming very important. Similarly, consciousness studies now, it is not only taking place in India, but in different parts of the world by taking help of modern science and technology. So this is becoming another important dimension for all of us. If you look at the different common platform, like for example, Iyengar Yoga, Satyananda Yoga, Ashtang Vinyas Yoga, Vikram Yoga, Power Yoga, etc., then you will find they have tried to synthesize the philosophical aspect of yoga, and they have tried to make it in such a way that holistic part of yoga could be practiced by human being. Upanishad approach of yoga is beyond any psychophysical level, and this is one aspect where we are now approaching, and India is taking lead in this particular direction. Other countries, they are trying to confine themselves in the case of asanas, pranayama, and different sets of meditations and so on. We must know that these practices have always the ancient roots. Ancient root means it has the base, either Ramayana, Gita, Upanishad, Aranyak, Brahman, Vedas, Puranas, all these different granthas are there. In one or the other manner, we find the roots of yoga, and that is what is important for all of us to understand in the beginning as such. Now, yoga curriculum, why I was talking all this? Precisely because the yoga curriculum in the field of education is built up on the basis of all this. There is a limitation of time, so I'm not trying to discuss those aspects in detail, but only I'm trying to say that our root is our ancient literature, our root is the experiences and observations by our saints and seers, and those things are supposed to be integrated while developing a curriculum in the education system. Next, please. So, if you look at the other aspect, why yoga education, for example, why yoga education? The first and the important aspect we talk about on the basis of yoga literature, and yoga literature says very clearly for the removal of avidya. Now, removal of avidya, ignorance, is one of the very important and significant aspects. How can it be done? What is the process? The yoga is one of the process, and the process is well defined. So avidya, in case we would like to get rid of, and we would like to get into the vidya, then there is a process, and this process is through yoga only. And Maharshi Patanjali has elaborated this particular aspect quite in detail. Now, if you look at other aspects, of it, to understand the self for the removal of fear and excellence, self-understanding is one of the most important aspects. It is said that human is full of potential. It is said that we can achieve any sort of excellence at any moment of time, given moment of time, provided we understand ourselves and we are able to explore and experiment with new behavior, and we are able to understand those potentiality. Now, it is said that yoga has the ability and capability. Through this, we can explore the potentiality part of it, and that is what people have started practicing. Let me say that researches are going on in different parts of the world where they have started finding out how to understand self, through yoga. One of the greatest part of the research is going on in Germany, and in the lab, they are experimenting with the before and after design, taking group of people, giving them input, and making a control group, not giving any input, and trying to observe, and in this process, trying to see the differences. Another part is to bring harmony. To bring harmony, Bhagavad Gita says is. Now, to bring harmony, this is important. And it is important, for all of us to build up ourselves, because one of the basic objective of education is the holistic development. And holistic development cannot take place until unless we are sure all about the harmony part of it. So harmony is important for all of us. But anyway, these are different areas and different aspects. And for that reason only, we have started talking about, yoga education. And we say that yoga education is important and significant for all of us. So, friends, we are convinced about the need and significance. It's a big topic, and given an opportunity, I can go on elaborating the need and importance part of it, but only I can say that based on literature, the yoga whatever it has been indicated, we are convinced about the yoga is required, and there is importance and specific need for yoga in our life situation. So, this part, I thought I must tell you that there is just a minute. This part, and lastly, the equal mind in happiness and sorrow. This is samatvam uchyate. The moment we are talking about, in sorrow, in pain, in loss, in victory, in defeat, all these areas, can we be the same one? What is the process of doing it? How to keep the balance, imbalancing the balance is becoming very important, and that is what we talk about it, and we say that this could be done through yoga only, and we are convinced about it, that enough evidences are there to suggest that yoga is required. Why yoga education? In case you look at our traditions of yoga education, then you will find Vedic literature, Rishi Parampara. Rishi Parampara is whatever our saints and sages practicing. We are trying to follow the same. That is what Rishi traditions we are trying to say. And Gurukul Parampara is bridging the ancient and modern education system. This is Gurukul Parampara. And the university system. University system is trying to establish the education and the moral values, in the field of yogic sciences.
Acha.
Now, if you look at what is the aims and objective, what are the aims and objective of yoga, then you will see it's a, we would like to make, we see the presentation of yoga with the ancient traditional context, because it is not something which is evolved now. Only we are trying to refining, and we are trying to modifying, and we are trying to give a new shape, by adding something in the field of yoga. That is what we see here. Teaching yoga and its philosophy in a modern scientific framework, this is becoming important, and this is also one of the objectives of yoga. Investigating and promoting the application of yoga to contemporary concern, and the balancing the lifestyle, because what is happening, the consciousness and the physical aspect, these two are two different things. We are much more focusing on the physical aspect, whereas the consciousness part is left over. So our life has become imbalanced one. Imbalance in the sense that the consciousness is one thing that helps and guide you in the right direction, whereas the physical aspect is the body, the muscles, the blood, the bones. These are the physical aspect. Building up this physical aspect cannot make your life. Your life can be made with certain values, certain principles, adherence to certain moral aspects. So until unless we have those kinds of things, we cannot say that we are trying to build up our life. So the combination of the consciousness and the physical aspect combined together is the true life. Now yoga helps us in other way, that is building up the consciousness part and integrating the consciousness with the physical aspect, so that a true emergence of life we can see and we can build up. Objective of yoga, if you look at, attain the physical health. Without much saying about it, we are aware about. Mental fitness, we are also aware about the cases, and based on our experiences, we know it. Emotional stability is one area that need to be explored and understood. All kinds of emotion that we have. Emotion is a strength that can direct people in a particular direction. Happiness is a strength. Sorrow is also a kind of a strength. Good, bad, satisfaction, dissatisfaction, a set of emotions we might be having. These emotional aspects, balancing the imbalances of the emotional aspect, this particular aspect could be seen through yoga. And that is the reason why one of the objectives of yoga is emotional stability. It also inculcates moral values. Needless to say, for that reason only, we are trying to talk about yoga, and we are trying to organize variety of training in the field of yogic sciences. Understand social responsibility. We are not supposed to look at ourselves. We are not supposed to be self-centered. But around us, family is there, society is there, country is there, world is there, and above all, the nature is there. So combining myself with people around and the nature. This is becoming very important. I and the nature. Now, if you make the combination, man and nature. So man in nature, man in nature, nature in man. So various combination, you'll find into it. And this combination, understanding this combination is very, very important and significant for all of us. So these are important aspects, including developing our personality and attaining human excellence are becoming very important. And these are some of the objective, and we are trying to follow these objective and fulfill these objective, through yoga. The scope of yoga is very well known to all of us now. The scope of yoga is physical education, is becoming very common. The philosophy in yoga is very important. Psychology and yoga is becoming also very important. Yoga and medical education. Now, we are finding a kind of combination in the medical science, the place of yoga. Similarly, environmental education, we are looking at, how yoga could be useful. Yoga and sociology and the society, yoga for adult education, yoga for computer education and computer training. This is gaining a lot of momentum. People are suffering with a lot of tension, lot of stress. How to reduce the tension and stress for those people who are working in software or hardware industries of computer science. People have started trying and they are deriving all kinds of benefit. So similarly for space education, we have also started contributing for space education. We have also started contributing, for military sciences, for those, military who are serving in very high altitude. Now the yoga is becoming quite useful for such, making them effective and efficient. Yoga therapy, we know pretty well how yoga therapy has taken very important aspect in the alternate therapy system. Yoga in teachers training, all these areas, if you look at, you will find lot many things are happening around, and all of us who are sitting over here and who are watching, I'm pretty sure about it, that one or the other area we must have experienced it. Now in yoga education, there are a variety of problems also. Problem is a small business institution. It is sprawling a small business institution. Yoga has been made as a business, nothing wrong into it. What is wrong is that in non-professional way, trying to carry forward yoga and trying to say something which is not scientifically good, trying to do something which is scientifically unproven, trying to, lure people by saying that this is what our traditional literature says. So this is something bad. And that is what we say, that it should not take place as a small business non-professionally. So the growth of non-professional yoga institution organization, this is becoming a problem for yoga education. Lack of modernization. Lack of modernization means now modernity, the science and technology need to be used everywhere. Now we all are listening through online. Now this online education has made things very simple to listen to us, interact with us, talk to us, look at each other, and so on. Stereotype curriculum. Some of the curriculum has become stereotyped without any change, and changing in accordance with the situation, circumstances, requirements, and need. This is becoming very important. Lack of accreditation. Now, quality certification and accreditation has been ignored fully. Now, the organizations are not accredited. Not accredited means you are not sure about the quality aspect of organization. And such organizations are having a lot of important place, in the society. So this is becoming a problem. And non-scientific approach, this is creating problem. Non-scientific approach means anywhere, anything we can practice in the name of yoga therapy. this is something which has created a lot of problem. Now, the present context, if you look at yoga education, the underemployment, we are gaining some degree, some certificate, some diploma, some kind of programs, training programs completion. But then underemployment, the type of employment we are looking forward, unfortunately, we are not able to get it. Variable remuneration for the same job, a person is getting lucrative money. For the same job, other person is getting, very less amount. So it is not a kind of something which is regulated in the field of yogic science. Lack of standard, as I told you, standardization, accreditation, quality certification. This is becoming important, which is lacking even today in our Indian situation. No centralized agency in operation. Not saying that the government of India doesn't have. Ayush is there. Ayush has different segments. They are trying to do it. But otherwise, also, we need a set of other agencies that can look after this on a regular basis. So these are some of the problems that we have started looking at. Look at the infrastructure part of it. I must tell you that there's some famous yoga institution in the country. Famous, I say, precisely because it is not the training, it is not the degree, it is not the research, but it is also the question of promoting yoga in true sense. So some of the organizations have started doing it, like Bihar School of Yoga Munger, MDNY, Morarji Desai National Institute of Yoga, New Delhi, the Yoga Institute, Mumbai, Santa Cruz, Iyengar Yoga Institute, Pune, Swami Vivekanand Yoga Research Foundation, Bangalore, Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences, S. Vyasa Yoga University, Bangalore, Delhi University's yoga program. It's a new dimension that has been created. Dev Sanskrit Vishwavidyalaya University, Haridwar, Gurukul Kangri University, Haridwar, Keval Dham, Lonavala, where training and research has gained a lot of popularity. Art of Living, Bangalore, where you can find the practitioner of yoga deriving all sorts of benefit. Patanjali Yoga Pit, needless to say, that Yoga Guru Swami Ramdev ji, what a wonderful job he has been able to do to promote yoga all over the world. Mokshayatan Saharanpur, Parmarth Niketan, Parmarth Ashram, Isha Foundation, like these yoga institution, directly, indirectly, hundreds of such yoga institution, you can find it. But if you look at our own situation, then you will find the Ministry of Ayush, Government of India. Ministry of Ayush, not the department. Ministry of Ayush, Government of India is the apex body that is looking after the yoga and naturopathy as well. And under this ministry, you find the Central Council for Research, Yoga and Naturopathy. You also find Morarji Desai National Institute of Yoga. You also find National Institute of Naturopathy. More than that, you also see Yoga Certification Board. Yoga Certification Board is new creation. May I request you to kindly unmute all other people who have joined. They may like to unmute it so that the sound do not disturb any one of us. Thank you. So Yoga Certification Board is another landmark in the sense that quality accreditation of the institution, organization, and quality certification of different level to yoga professional. This is gaining a lot of momentum, and government is giving a lot of importance to this kind of quality certification, which is being carried out by Yoga Certification Board with the help of personal certification body, PrCB, now number of PrCB is there. IYA has its own PrCB known as IYA PrCB, and we keep on conducting, quality certification program, not only different parts of the country, but different parts of the world as such. If you look at the government policies, then as I told you, the accreditation and quality certification, these two are very important aspects. And if you look at the other aspect of it, like for example, in yoga education, then we find the formal education, informal education, and accreditation program. Formal, informal, and the accreditation program. These three broad areas you can find, the yoga education part of it. In formal education, you see through universities and colleges. Through universities and colleges, different universities. Like, let me give an example to you. At the moment, about 400 universities, they have accepted and adopted yoga curriculum. And these 400 universities, through their main campus and through their constituent in colleges. You may like to go ahead, Ankita. Go ahead, please. Go ahead. Yes. So, this quality, this is one area. University is one area, and university through its constituent colleges, they are providing certificate, undergraduate diploma, postgraduate diploma, and undergraduate courses in the field of yogic science, postgraduate program in the field of yogic science, MA in yoga, MSc in yoga, and in different yoga in relation to consciousness, yoga in relation to therapy, and so on. Specific, there are PhD program by different universities. Specific research projects are there. Training certifications are there. So all these areas are being amply covered, by the universities and different institutions. While I say different institution, I mean to say, like some of the lead yoga institutions are there, like MDNY is one, like S. Vyasa is another one in the form of the university, and Kevaladham is yet another one, Art of Living. They are providing various certificate courses, various type of diploma courses. So all these things combined together, a set of programs are being organized on a regular basis. And in the informal sector, that is what I have indicated, that through eminent yoga schools, institutions, and yoga organizations, you find the certificate and diploma courses. Accreditation program is very important. Please unmute.
Could you please mute yourself, everyone? Could you please mute yourself? Who all have joined? Could you please?
Yes, thank you. Now, in this accreditation program and quality certification, I would like to give you an example of two very good programs which we are running. The first one is the accreditation program of Indian Yoga Association, where you find certificate program, foundation course, certificate program, advanced certificate program. 3 sets of programs are there. Now, these 3 sets of program anybody can have. Suppose certificate program, you are not supposed to teach certificate program, but if you are already running a certificate program, and if the content of certificate program, your certificate program, and IYA certificate program is matching, then you give your certificate program certificate, and you can request IYA to give their certificate also. So for which one course, a participant can have 2 certification at a time. So the value goes up. Value goes up in the sense that it becomes IYA accredited certificate, for a particular candidate. So similar is the case for the foundation course and for the advanced certificate course. So in case only difference is that for the foundation course is for 50 hours, for the certificate course it is for 200, and advanced certificate course is 500. So suppose you are running this program, then automatically you get certificate from IYA, and very nominal fee structure is there that you can make the payment and you can get the certificate. Similarly, friends, the quality certification by PrCB is very important. Now, in quality certification, I must inform you that yoga protocol instructor is one quality certification program. Yoga wellness instructor is the another one. Yoga teachers and evaluator is yet another one. Yoga master program is yet another one. Assistant yoga therapist, yoga volunteers, all these quality certification program are there. You can get your participants take quality certification through PrCB. Ours is also IYA PrCB. You can take advantage of this. Now, integration of yoga therapy. Look at integration. We are integrating with the hospital. Now, different hospitals have opened, yoga wing, and it's a complementary and accepted alternate therapy system, which has been done. I visited Iran, and you will wonder to know that I could visit a complete hospital on yoga and alternate therapy, yoga, naturopath, pranic healing, acupressure, panchkarma, combined together is a hospital, a separate hospital with all kinds of facility. And the theme is, symptomatic, all kinds of tests through modern science, modern tests through modern technology, tests through modern technology, and treatment through traditional technology. That is the way, they keep on doing it. In India also, variety of hospitals have accepted, including All India Institute of Medical Sciences. They have accepted, adopted, and they have started it. So is the case of Ayush sponsored wellness centers. You must have visited some of the wellness center, or people have been able to open the wellness center as well. Also the private sector, very nice, yoga centers have been opened by the private sector. It is gaining ground in many ways. Research and development is taking place in many areas. And similarly, if you like to look at the research, Swami Vivekananda Yoga Research Foundation, SVYASA, is one particular institute at the national and international level conducting a set of researches in the field of yogic science. And particularly, they have taken research on therapeutic applications, psychological, physiological mapping, and higher state of consciousness research on these areas. Similarly, Patanjali Yogpit focus on comprehensive research into yoga therapy and wellness. They have undertaken it. Iyengar Yoga Institute studies on specific yoga techniques and their health benefits. AIMS New Delhi research on yoga for hypertension, diabetes, and mental health. NIMHANS Bangalore studies on meditation and pranayam, on epilepsy, schizophrenia, and depression. DIPS Delhi studies on yoga and acclimatization, on higher attitude, use of yoga for armed forces. Osmania University and other universities, number of universities. It will be a big deliberation and discussion, but I just wanted to say that variety of yoga research have started taking place in reputation, an institute of repute and eminence. And that is the reason why we say that in medical curriculum, yoga has found a place. in medical curriculum. And it's a big achievement in India. And we possibly consider that time to come, you will find many things happening in this. So, let me come directly to the application because I'm looking at the time. Now, the application part, if you look at, then the three broad areas are there in application. Yoga in relation to health, yoga in relation to human consciousness, and yoga in relation to human excellence. These are the three broad areas. Yoga in relation to health, what is the application? I think almost all of us are quite aware about it. That in the health area, what is the application of yoga? How are we, applying yoga in different health consciousness part of it? But on the basis of this, let me also tell you wonderful thing that global and Indian industry in yoga, that will help you to understand how yoga has spread in these three areas. Yoga in relation to health, yoga in relation to human consciousness, and yoga in relation to human excellence. The market, if you look at global statistic, you will find in 23, $80 billion. It's the market size, $80 billion. Similarly, practitioner, if you look at 300 million of US alone having 32 million. So we can imagine 300 million people practicing yoga. Indian market, if you look at, then 490 billion, 40% dedicated wellness services in Indian market. And trainers demand, if you look at, it has grown 30 to 35% for future to come, 30 to 35%. In a very simple way, if you would like to understand, market size in 24, then market size has been indicated 116.56 billion. This is in 24 data. So now you can imagine. Now revenue forecast in 2030 is roughly $200 billion. This is the forecast. Growth rate 9.4% from 24 to 2030. 9.4% it is likely to grow. And base year for estimation, even if you take 23. Now, historical data 2018 to 22 has been taken into it. The last period is 24 to 30. And quantitative unit, if you look at, the revenue is 24 to 23. It has grown substantially. So, what I'm trying to say, now if you look at it's a spread, then you will find the spread in almost all the European country. You will find US, Canada, Mexico, Germany, UK, France, Italy, Spain, China, Japan, India, Australia, New Zealand, Brazil, Argentina, Saudi Arabia, South African countries. Now, these are the recognized ones. Well, many countries have started looking at this. So, friends, what I'm trying to say, globally, if you look at, the scope is vast. Its application is vast. And just to tell you its application, I have given this data to you. If you look at Indian market, the Indian market is estimated around 2.6 billion, and the size of yoga industry is going to be $80 billion. And the yoga related equipments demand has grown 154% during COVID and above. After COVID, it has grown 154%. So, why I said all about the market segmentation, by giving an idea that how the requirement is growing and how people have come forward to fulfill the requirement in India and around the world. And that is the application. Global participation in yoga, if you look at, Korea, India, Spain, Great Britain, US, Canada, Germany, France. I have indicated, for example, Korea, 47% female and 7% male are practicing yoga. Similarly, in India, 31% female and 22% male is practicing yoga. For Spain, if you look at 31% female and 22% male are practicing yoga. Now, global participation, this is the data of some of the countries of global participation, meaning thereby the application of yoga, meaning thereby yoga application is growing and people have realized, people are practicing. And similarly, global market, if you look at, then $107.1 billion at the moment, 23-24, is the market, yoga market. People are taking advantage of it. Now, if you look at Asia Pacific market, 37.2% is the Asia Pacific market. Now, Asia Pacific means, Southeast Asian and all other countries. You look at, Asia Pacific market has grown and it is 37.2%. Now, companies are coming up and growing very fast. Simply US example I'm giving. Core Power Yoga is one company. Honor Yoga is another company. Pure Yoga is yet another company. Glow Digital INC is another company. Yoga One, Yoga 6, Yoga Pod, More Yoga, Flow Yogi Yoga LLC, Power Yoga in Canada, and so on. These companies are coming up besides the Indian companies which have gained momentum. We are knowing about many such companies in India as well. So what I personally feel, companies are growing, people participation is growing, requirement of yoga related instrument, equipments and things are growing. World is looking forward to India. 195 countries have taken already yoga and many more countries are in the pipeline. Therefore, its application is huge and its application cannot be simply imagined at this moment of time. In career paths, if you look at career path, yoga instructor and teacher is one career path. Lot many organizations are coming, institutions are coming, universities are coming. We need yoga teacher, we need yoga trainer, we need yoga instructors. So, how to, a scope is there that you can get yourself employed, provided you get good education, provided you get quality education, you get yourself quality is certified, and the institution or the organization remains accredited. Then only you can fulfill the requirement of yoga instructor and yoga teachers. Similarly, yoga therapist. Yoga therapy is gaining momentum in India and elsewhere. So now yoga therapy, the moment you talk about the yoga therapy, now therapist, we need it. Now, IYA has also started accreditation in the area of therapy. Now, what we request you people, that you go for therapy diploma, certification, degree program, but also you get yourself quality certified, accredited from accredited institution. You get yourself so that people are sure about it. The therapist which they are trying to employ, really they are therapists in true sense. They know about asanas very well. They know about the physiological and psychological dimension of asanas. They can explain each and every asanas and its effect on the nervous system, on the digestive system, on all the kinds of system that we follow. They are well versed with anatomy, physiology, and all kinds of impact assessment part of it. So, friends, my suggestion is that This is also one of the growing career. Yoga studio owner and manager in all cities, big cities in India, you find yoga studio and you find yoga manager, yoga certification, business experiences, yoga skills, business management, leadership program. In all those programs, they take help of yoga studios. Yoga research and academics in this area also, a lot of demand is there. Corporate wellness consultant they are looking forward to yoga experts. Yoga content creator is another one. Yoga retreat facilitator is yet another one. Yoga apparel and product developer is yet another one. So these are the career path. After completion of your yoga education in one or the other area and getting quality certification, then you can enter in this area. And in a very simple form, I would say schools are there for you. Colleges are there for you. Hospitals are there for you. Hotels are there for you. Industries are there for you. Defense sectors are very much there for you. Sports are there for you. Management is there for you. Could you see this slide, please? Yes. And therapy centers and spa is there for you. Yoga clubs are there for you. So in these areas, wherever you feel like going, yoga education and its application, you can find that you can take the education and you can find the application very well. And I'm sure that you could be benefited, through this particular process. What I would like to say you for yoga educator, researcher, and practitioner, you develop your career paths, in the field of teaching, in the field of therapy, in the field of research, in the field of corporate wellness, in the field of content creation, in the field of advancement of technology related to yoga, and so on. I'm sure that you will not feel disappointed, taking education in yoga. I would also like to make a specific mention here that not only in India, but those who are seeking to go to different other countries, because I happen to be vice chancellor of an university where we had been able to, introduce courses like certificate courses, undergraduate courses, master degree courses, PhD program, and our students have gone in different parts of the world. Different parts of the world, they have shown their worthiness precisely because they have carried forward the traditional Indian yoga, and people are demanding. People are virtually crazy. The moment you say, Indian yoga or traditional Indian yoga. Let us not try to mix up one or many things into traditional yoga, because that is diluting yoga in true sense. In Indian Yoga Association, we always promote and we always say that let us adhere to traditional yoga and try to promote Indian yoga all over the world without tarnishing the image and without diluting the real concept of yoga given by our saints and sages, and try to spread this kind of yoga all over the world. So with these words, I would like to thank all our listeners, who have been able to join from different parts of the country. And, I would love to receive your questions on mail, or now in case you have any specific question related to this particular subject, on yoga education and its application, you are most welcome. Thank you.
Sir, please share the PPT.
Pardon?
Sir, please share the PPT.
Okay. we would like to send the PPT to you in case you send your mail address and number. Just write to any one of us, either to Ankita or to me or to Babita, so that we can send the PPT to you.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sir, we are already associate center of IOA. So we would like to conduct all the programs in Chennai. I am from Chennai, Ganesh, my name.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so what to do, sir? We should
Yeah, yeah.
contact Ankita ma'am or
Yeah. You would like to conduct the program in
yes, all the programs.
all the programs. Good.
Yeah.
So, let us
Yes,
initiate.
sir.
You may like to initiate any one of these programs.
Yes, already you have shared a foundation course and everything.
Then in 3 courses, my suggestion to you would be that foundation course, certificate course, and advanced certificate course.
Okay, sir.
So those organizations which are interested in, or those institutions, you can send me the complete detail of the courses that you are conducting,
Okay.
so that we can dovetail these courses to you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
And the moment you complete your course over there, then you send the list of your participants to Ankita madam.
Okay, sir.
And we will send you the certificate.
Okay, sir.
So, and those people who are likely to complete, any one of these programs, you send their names.
Okay.
And all about your organization first, because we would like to match the content that you have covered and the content that we are trying to propose to be covered. And if the content is more than 80%, then we would like to send the certificate to you directly after the completion of your program. You are supposed to send the list of your candidate only.
सर वो सर्टिफिकेट का सर वो पेमेंट कितना करना पड़ेगा उनको बच्चों को?
Certificate का for the foundation course it is 250.
Okay, sir.
And for the certificate course it is 500.
Yes, sir.
And pardon? For the certificate course it is 1000, and for advanced certificate course it is 1500.
अरे सर ये इंडियन योगा एसोसिएशन का सर्टिफिकेट होगा कि मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ आयुष का जो?
No, it is Indian Yoga Association. This certificate by Indian Yoga Association. And Ministry of Ayush certification, in case you need it, then you can look at our website. Every time we keep on organizing online certification. So that depends on who would like to attend, take the certificate of which category. Like wellness instructor you want teachers, evaluators quality certification, or yoga masters quality certification, whatever you want.
Okay, sir.
And we will send you the details.
सर नमस्ते सर.
Namaste.
सर मैं इंडिविजुअल हूँ, मैं एसव्यासा से किया हूँ MSc. इसमें आप इंस्टीट्यूशन से थ्रो रजिस्ट्रेशन करके हम या ट्रेनिंग ऐसा देना पड़ेगा, नहीं तो मैं इंडिविजुअल भी जो आपका कंटेंट लेके मैं ये बेसिक्स कोर्स कंडक्ट कर सकता हूँ? ये डाउट है मुझे.
नहीं, वो आप कर सकते हैं, उसमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं है हमें. यदि आपने वहां पर किया है तो वो हमें आप भेज दीजिए. You can send me.
Okay, thank you.
Then then you are not supposed to undertake double courses. Without conducting, you get.
सर अभी एक बात sorry, Mr. Sir,
one is the RPL certificate. RPL. That certifications, those people who have already gone, and suppose they would like to take the certificate, they can also take it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
मिश्रा सर, मैं आपसे एक बात खाली पूछ जानना चाह रहा था कि केवल धाम का 200 आवर्स का सर्टिफिकेट कोर्स है, वो हम
Yeah.
लाइफ में राजकोट में कर रहे होते हैं,
जी।
और अभी हर साल जो है 2 कोर्स करते हैं, तो उनके लिए जो बच्चे जो रिजल्ट आने के बाद उनका सर्टिफिकेट आपको भेजना रहेगा या क्या करना रहेगा?
नहीं, सर्टिफिकेट नहीं भेजना रहेगा, लिस्ट आपको सिर्फ लिस्ट भेजना है
और पेमेंट भेजनी है?
और लिस्ट ऑफ पेमेंट भेजना है, सर्टिफिकेट तो हम आपको भेजेंगे।
ओके फाइन सर, ठीक है। अभी क्या रिसेंट बैच हुआ है तो मैं सोचा जी।
हाँ, आप अपने ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस का एक पूरा नाम, पूरा डिटेल्स,
जी सर।
वो अंकिता को
कैसे?
मैं कहता हूँ आपको वो पूरा डिटेल्स के लिए भेज देती है, तो आप उसको
एक्चुअली सर क्या
करके पूरा भेज दीजिए।
लाइव सर, एक्चुअली क्या कोई एसोसिएट सेंटर भी है इंडियन योगा एसोसिएशन का,
जी जी।
तो वहाँ पर सारी इन्फॉर्मेशन तो है ऑलरेडी, फिर भी मैं अंकिता मैडम से बात कर लूंगा।
हाँ, उसको आप भेज दीजिए और उसके बाद आपको लिस्ट भेजना है।
ओके सर, फाइन, थैंक यू सर।
इनका डॉक्यूमेंटेशन एक प्रोसेस है, अंकिता आपको भेज देती है, आप उसको
जी सर।
पूरा करके भेज दीजिए।
ट्रू 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 सर,
राइट राइट।
थैंक यू वेरी मच।
If any other questions are there? If there is no question, pardon?
Hello, sir.
Could you switch on your camera, please? You know, all of us who have joined, if you could switch on your camera, we would like to take the photograph. We would like to take a photograph. So requesting all of you to kindly switch on your camera. All of you should switch on your camera for just for a minute, you know, so that we can take the photograph. We want your photograph also. Please do it very fast so that we take the photo. Yeah. Yes, Bhavita ji, is it over? Just see. Because with name, your photograph, you know, it will be a kind of memory for all of us. We would like to keep it. Thank you very much to all of you. So nice of you for accepting my request. And any state chapter, in case they would like to organize any kind of program on opportunities and application for, you know, of yoga for yoga graduates and for yoga professionals, then you can write separately to us. You know, we can organize online program for you, and all of you can join. So state-wise also, this type of program could be organized online. Or any specific area. Suppose any specific area you want us to organize a program. So tell us that this is the area. In case you can organize a program, we would also like to join. Then we would take that area for the benefit of your participants. So the choice is left on you. And we are open. IYA is quite open. That depending on your requirement, we are with you.
Hare Krishna, Mishra.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
I am very happy to see you.
So nice of you, Rajiv ji. Nice to see you, and nice to see many people whose faces are quite familiar, and we know, and very nice to see all of you.
My only one request is there.
Yeah.
Our yoga is composed of so many, branches: Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, and Dhyana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. So we should have some provision of some lectures on Bhakti Yoga also. Actually,
we would definitely request one of our gurus to take a complete lecture on Bhakti Yoga.
Hari Bol, Hari
And
Bol.
let
Thank
the
you.
let the gurus who are in Bhakti, talk about Bhakti Yoga.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Thank
So
you.
this request, I am forwarding it to my IYA people to organize a special program on Bhakti Yoga. Bhavita ji, on Bhakti Yoga, you need to organize a session by one of our gurus. So this demand must be fulfilled, and I am with you on this demand. Sure.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you.
हेलो सर।
Hello.
सर ये स्कूल बच्चों के लिए आईवाईए सर्टिफिकेट बेटर है या वाईसीटी सर्टिफिकेट बेटर है?
सर स्कूल बच्चों के लिए वो क्या किया है उन्होंने योग का,
क्या
वो देखना पड़ेगा। यदि
इंटरमीडिएट वालों को या डिग्री वालों को?
नहीं, यदि वो 50 घंटे 50 आवर्स का प्रोग्राम करते हैं तो आईवाईए का सर्टिफिकेशन उनके लिए ठीक है। यदि वो 200 आवर्स का करते हैं या 500 आवर्स का करते हैं, देन यू कैन थिंक ऑफ आइदर आईवाईए और PrCB क्वालिटी सर्टिफिकेशन। देयर इज नो प्रॉब्लम।
मैं ये सोच रहा हूँ, अभी अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट तो बहुत है ना, कुछ लोग वो ऑटोमेटिकली इस फील्ड में आ गया तो बहुत अच्छा होता है बोल के सोच रहे।
नहीं, आपका सोच बहुत अच्छा है, मुझे तो बहुत आइडिया आपका बहुत पसंद आया। बट ओनली थिंग इज फॉर द स्कूल चिल्ड्रेन, बेसिक आइडिया योग का वो 50 आवर्स, 200 आवर्स और 500 आवर्स, चॉइस इज योर्स। जिस स्कूल में जितना टाइम हम निकाल सकते हैं और दे सकते हैं, और यदि वो प्रोग्राम कर सकते हैं वो लोग, तो फिर ऐसा सर्टिफिकेशन आप सोच सकते हैं। आईवाईए का सर्टिफिकेशन भी सोच सकते हैं। आईवाईए का तो ऑटोमेटिक है, जैसे 50 आवर्स आपने पढ़ा दिया और आपने सर्टिफिकेट दिया उनको, तो आईवाईए तो ऑटोमेटिक आपको सर्टिफिकेट दे देगी। उसके लिए कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं है। उसके लिए तो ओनली 250 रुपीज आपको भेजना है, नाम भेजना है, सर्टिफिकेट आपको मिल जाएगा। यदि आपने आईवाईए का करिकुलम फॉलो किया है तो ओनली कंडीशन इज दैट यू नीड टू फॉलो द करिकुलम ऑफ आईवाईए।
हम तो आईवाईए एसोसिएट सेंटर है ना, तो
इसीलिए तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं आपके लिए, आप कीजिए ना इसको। स्कूल में आप एक ट्रायल बेसिस पर, व्हाई डोंट यू स्टार्ट विद दिस?
हाँ हाँ, वही सोच रहे थे, इसलिए पूछा है आपको।
बिल्कुल आप कीजिए,
तो
आपको सहायता करेंगे हम। आप कीजिए, आपकी सहायता करेंगे। आई विल हेल्प यू।
मेरा एरिया में हर स्कूल का अपना आईवाईए वॉलंटियर मेंबरशिप का न्यूज़लेटर करा देंगे। हर स्कूल एजुकेशन में अपना एक वो जाना है न्यूज़लेटर। और मिनिमम ये फिजिकल टीचर्स को, पीटी टीचर्स को हमारा एक सर्टिफिकेट मिनिमम प्राप्त कराना मेरा एम है। हर स्कूल में जाएंगे तो मिनिमम टीचर्स को दे देंगे, मिनिमम स्टूडेंट्स को भी देंगे, लेकिन ये सोच है मेरा।
नहीं तो आप इसको कीजिए, शुरू कीजिए। बिगिन विथ।
थैंक यू, आपके आशीर्वाद से हम शुरू करेंगे।
जी जी, आप उसको लिख दीजिए, अपना टेलीफोन नंबर वगैरह है ना, ये आप मेरे को भेज दीजिएगा, सो दैट वी आर कॉन्स्टेंटली इन टच विथ यू।
ठीक है, थैंक यू गुरुजी।
राइट, थैंक यू। So thanks to all of you, and we would like to simply say, सब लोग जितने लोग बैठे हैं, ओम शांति आप 3 बार हमारे साथ साथ आप बोलेंगे। ओम शांति शांति शांति, ये 3 बार बोलेंगे आप।
ओम
शांति, ओ शांति, ओ शांति। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, सबको प्रणाम।
हरे कृष्णा, हरे कृष्णा।
प्रणाम सर।
प्रणाम, सबको प्रणाम।
हरे कृष्णा जी, हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा, हरे कृष्णा।
প্রচুর একটা সর্বাণিতা